As a content creator for Descendants of Zombies, I've always known how much these characters and their stories have meant to all of your hearts. They've obviously held a very special place in your hearts for many years. So what I wanted to do, where I wanted to kind of take these moments and restore these moments, kind of like how Disney used to release all these classics like The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and then many years later they would remaster them on DVD so they could retell the stories. So what I wanted to do, where I wanted to take all of these moments and kind of preserve these moments so that they would become classic and legendary, because what amazes me always and forever about these franchises are, it's been so long since Descendants of Zombies became a very valued piece of our existence. It's been over a decade. It's really been 11 years, and it's really hard to believe that 11 years have kind of come and gone. But the stories have remained constant. They've remained a consistent part of all of our lives. And there are people of this generation who may have never watched Descendants' original trilogy for the first time, but they are watching it for the first time now as a part of a whole new generation. And I will admit to you guys that this generation of Descendants fans are very different from the generation of old, because this new generation of Descendants fans are very appreciative and they feel stronger than ever before about Descendants of Zombies. So because they feel stronger about Descendants of Zombies than ever before, they understand everything there is to know. They know more than you ever do as a content creator or a journalist, because the one thing I've known is that they never really shy away from letting you know how they truly feel about your videos, and they let you know if they also love your videos. And there are more people out there who do love your videos and pretty much take exception to them. And I will admit to you guys that I've received a fair share of criticism for all the videos that I've created over the years, not just on Descendants, but various other topics. But the thing that I've noticed about this niche are there are more people who do love you for creating these videos than don't. And that's what's kept me going and moving forward, are knowing that there are so many people that you've warmed the hearts of, that you've obviously touched. And it's really undescribable for me to put into words just how much love and support I've received from this niche. Just know that you will always hold a very special place in my heart for many years to come, and I look forward to continuing to be a very valued piece of your story and a part of your worlds, because being a part of your story and your worlds became the greatest honor of my life. And honestly, guys, there is nowhere in the world I'd rather be this morning than sitting right here and sharing my story with all of you about how I became a fan. You know, years ago, my show was never really the greatest. I didn't even know if anybody was really taking me seriously or hearing my voice as much as I thought they were, but this show would eventually become seen and heard over seas and mountains. And that was one of the most beautiful things ever, knowing that people were subscribing to this YouTube channel. Literally 250 people a week were subscribing here last summer. And that's why I will never forget last summer for the profound impact that it will go on to have on my heart. You know, when you see 250 people subscribing here per week, and you see so many people leaving comments and always liking your videos, the one thing it always provides you with is incentive and creative energy to keep on moving forward, despite all the criticism you receive from critics. And I've seen my fair share of criticism from all these different critics. I know many of them who have kind of taken exception to how I felt about Descendants of Zombies and people like Dove Cameron and Kylie Control over the years. But I felt that way about them because I felt connected to their stories, and I just wanted to be a part of them. I wanted to help them tell their stories, because every star on Disney Channel wants to leave behind a legacy. This is really the beginning of their career, and this is really a stepping stone for them. And a lot of them have looked at it as stepping stones because this is really where their career kicks off, and it's really how they define their legacies. They set up their legacies. Like, if not for Disney, do you think that Miley Cyrus would have accepted her Hollywood Walk of Fame star just the other day in the first week of May? No, she wouldn't have. And I've seen so many beautiful photos of her star on social media over the last couple of days, and I've really felt so proud of Miley Cyrus. I felt so proud of her years ago. I feel so proud of her now. And I feel even more proud of your Descendants of Zombie stars who have the same accolades coming for them. Because this is what we're here to do. We are here to ensure that their legacies are never ever forgotten and they become established as some of the greatest stories and greatest legacies ever witnessed. And we are all going to be a part of it. Like when we talk about a star like Liamani, who's playing Pink in Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, I am really excited for you guys to meet her, because for those of you who are unfamiliar with her work, she is very passionate about her work and bringing characters to life. She had an appreciation for High School Musical, the series, years ago, so too did Kylie Contrell. And because she's always had an appreciation for her work, that's what's going to allow her to really bring this character to life. And she's representing the character Pink for being a character who's just simply here to have fun. And I really believe that she's just simply here to have fun is the reason why that character is going to go on to achieve so much recognition and become such a beloved character. Because I think that no matter what character we talk about, Mal, Evie, Carlos, Red, Chloe, they are all here to become such a beloved character. No matter what their opinion seems to be, which are obviously very different opinions from the original trilogy's opinion years ago, because I don't think the original trilogy ever intended for this to become a worldwide concert tour experience, or to become a doc series, or to become a spin-off series like Descendants of Zombies now has a chance of becoming more than ever before. I've heard rumors about a live-action Auradon series for Disney Plus. I've heard rumors about crossover opportunities, video game opportunities, galore. And because of what Descendants was years ago, this is why things are happening the way they are now for Descendants. Freya Sky is promising new secrets and new surprises to be revealed in the coming weeks, and now people are with anticipation now wondering what Freya Sky's latest surprise is going to be. And if you flash back to when Liamani had the same kind of surprise, what Liamani was setting us up for was to really be a part of something special, because she was teasing that a Perfect Princess music video was coming for the Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland soundtrack. So for those of you wondering what this new surprise could be from Freya, it's obviously going to be new music from her, new tour dates that are going to be announced, new projects, or something to have to do with Zombies 5, which makes perfect sense. I think it makes more perfect sense to have it have something to do with Zombies 5 than new music, because she just recently dropped Stardust, and of course her new vinyl. Maybe it's about the vinyl, because I know the vinyl has not become available yet. Freya Sky had an advanced copy of the vinyl that she teased on a teaser that she posted on Instagram or TikTok a couple of weeks ago. The vinyl is incredibly beautiful, so we're kind of waiting on that. Maybe it's the revealing of the date when the vinyl will become available at places like Target and different retailers. I really don't know, but I think we're waiting on an announcement to come from Freya that is going to be very special, that's obviously going to hold a very special place in our hearts. And you guys who have forever been supportive of Freya Sky deserve these moments and deserve a chance to be a part of something so special like you gave me. You guys really brought me back in a whole new generation of Disney. I had the chance to be a part of every generation of Disney, from the Renaissance era to the post-Renaissance era. And I remember always having so much fun talking about movies like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, which were some of my all-time favorites. Aladdin was one of my all-time favorites because Aladdin just kept on going from 1992 to 1996. And I remember being a part of Disney in the 1990s and early 80s and having so much fun. But I've often made the comparison of what it would have been like to grow up as a fan of Disney now, as your guys' age, and be a part of the generation that we are a part of now and currently experiencing. Because what we are experiencing now is what's being referred to as Disney's revival era, which is an era where Disney are recreating movies that actually make sense, which is something that they couldn't do years ago. They may have been doing it in the Renaissance and post-Renaissance eras, but they couldn't do it years ago because Disney was believed to have lost its creative edge, because so many people were kind of walking away, directors were quitting all the time, and I've always believed that you guys have deserved consistency and you've deserved value, and I just wanted to be that guy that would always sit here in the director's chair and give you consistency and value in the product you were watching. Because there are so many people who just believe that, okay, we've seen enough zombies movies, we've seen enough Descendants movies, and nothing else should be done with it from here on out. And I'm here to kind of challenge that. I'm here to challenge their opinions. Because if there's ever somebody out there who believes in Descendants of Zombies with all their heart, then the story should just keep on going for that person who believes in it with all their heart. You deserve to know when Zombies 5 is coming out. You've always deserved to know more about Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. I've even seen fans posting on their social media accounts that it's just another day without any more goodies from Descendants. The reason why we're not seeing any more goodies drop from Descendants is because the way Disney has always worked is about a month before the movie is released. That's when all the PR starts rolling out. And when Disney begins to roll out the PR for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, it's going to be a lot of extensive PR, more detailed interviews, more behind-the-scenes footage. It's going to be a lot of stuff incorporated into it. So it's really going to be a magical time. And we've waited on this for a year, so it shouldn't let us down. I think that with all the anticipation, as it continued to build, the anticipation became more and more and more, and more people became more highly anticipative of what they were going to roll out in terms of PR. And I don't know about you guys, but regardless of what the PR details, there's always been something about seeing this cast together that makes perfect sense, like how the High School Musical cast years ago from the original trilogy, not the TV series, but the original trilogy. There was always something that made perfect sense about seeing them together. And there's always been something that's made perfect sense about seeing the cast of Descendants of Zombies come together and create something special. Maybe it had something to do with the undeniable chemistry between people like Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim years ago, and now Freya and Malachi. But there's always been something so magical about seeing them on set and seeing them be so appreciative of these moments and sharing in these moments with all of you, because you guys have felt obviously very connected to the Descendants of Zombies franchises. So because you've obviously felt very connected to it, you deserve respect and you deserve to be honored. Who we should be applauding as content creators are all of you for how you've came together and allowed me the honor of being a part of something so special, which is something I never imagined would have ever happened for me so late in my career, because I've been doing this for a very long time and I've kind of seen the best of them come and go. So because I've seen the best of them come and go, I've always had an opinion to share. But what made my opinions very different from other people's opinions were that I had opinions that actually made sense and kind of stuck this franchise together like glue. And being the proverbial glue that have kept these franchises together have made these moments so special for me. And I felt so honored to be a part of them with all of you. And I continue to be a part of them for many years to come, and generations that I've never had the chance to experience, which are obviously very different generations from generations of old, but generations that you just can't help but be appreciative of. And I had the chance to share in that with all of you. So from my heart to yours, I would like to say thank you to everybody who have been with me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, people who always wanted to take a chance on me and who believed that I always had something special to share with you. No matter how far out there my predictions always seem to be, I always had something special to share with all of you because I believed in Descendants of Zombies just as much as what you did, and I just love being a part of your world. Because when you can give somebody a chance to be a part of something so special and offer encouraging thoughts that, hey, Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 are going to happen regardless of what the story is going to detail, because this story has seemed to be taken in so many different directions because people feel very differently. But again, that's what I've appreciated about Descendants of Zombies, is how people keep on holding on to what they believe in, and it's always been constant about Descendants of Zombies. They hold on to what they believe in, like how they believe that Ruby Rose Turner's story was never really told and completed, and how the story of Red and Chloe was never finished in just one movie. Because I know I heard all the speculation and the fallout from Descendants: The Rise of Bread. They believed it was just going to be one movie. There wasn't going to be a continuation of the story, and many people had been led to believe that the story had been told and completed. But I kind of held on to this idea that the story was far from over. And I held on to the idea upon seeing the revealing of the vortex in Zombies 4 at the conclusion of the movie, that the story was far from over. And we can really keep on going with this franchise, because what this franchise is and has become is an arch. And that's what's made this story so beautiful, is that you can kind of just keep on extending on what the story actually was. What made the story stand out was the music. And what made the story be so appreciated by so many wonderful people were how the characters could bring these stories to life for their undeniable chemistry. That was something that was always noticed instantly, was the undeniable chemistry that they had for each other and how incredibly supportive they were of each other. Being incredibly supportive of each other was something I wish I could have seen years ago when shows like Hannah Montana and Wizards were at the heights of their popularity. And now what's so cool about Disney Plus is you can kind of go back and watch these shows for their valued appreciation for years ago and try to really grasp the understanding of what these franchises meant to so many wonderful people. But the thing that you will notice about the shows from years ago were the chemistry was never there. But the chemistry has always been there with your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, which has allowed this franchise to last the test of time, which has really allowed these franchises to shine through and truly become something so special that we all had the chance to experience. The music was beautiful, the story was incredibly powerful, and we obviously felt so connected to these stories for just how powerful the story was. I never imagined years ago, when I was a dedicated fan of Disney, that I would have ever had the chance to be a part of something so special. But I had the chance to be a part of something so special because of all of you. And I had the chance to share my opinion on these stories more than I ever had the chance to share my opinion on anything, and receive more subscribers and more undeniable love and support than I ever imagined that I would have ever received. Having made this everybody's favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel, really the go-to place for the latest news source for Descendants of Zombies and all things that seem to revolve around it and make perfect sense. And again, I've always known that I would have never had the chance to be here if never for all of you. You guys are what has made this experience for me so special. It's always been undeniable, your love and support, and I don't know if I would have ever made it to this point in my career, this pivotal point, if never for all your love and support. Thank you guys so much for allowing me the honor of being a part of your story and being a part of your world, because being a chance of your world and your story became the greatest honor of my life, and it's something I look forward to sharing in for many years to come. So if you are somebody who has never subscribed here to this YouTube channel, I would love for you to be a part of this story and for you to be a part of something so special. So don't forget to hit my subscribe button and my like button, as we will pick up this conversation from where we left it off just after sunset this evening. Again, guys, thank you so much for your love and support for this YouTube channel and its profound success. Having sent me on this incredible journey where I've had the chance to meet so many incredible people who have obviously held a very special place in their hearts for what has become such a valued piece of our very existence, Descendants and Zombies, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to have been a part of both your worlds and your stories, because it means more to me than words could truly ever say. Thank you so much from my heart to yours for always being you and always having watched these videos.